Well, the topic this week is spiritual optimism and how to generate that, live in that state. And so I'm going to look at it from a interesting angle. At least I think it's interesting. We'll see what you think. Ever heard the spiritual phrase, there are no accidents? What do you think of that phrase? People seem to say it at the most difficult times, don't they? So if there are no accidents, why is there the word accident? What's it doing? Is it an accident that there's the word accident? So anyway, I looked up in the dictionary here two definitions. Accident, an unfortunate incident that happens unexpectedly or unintentionally, typically resulting in damage or injury. He had an accident at the factory. Number two, an event that happens by chance, or that is without apparent or deliberate cause. The pregnancy was an accident. I can think of an apparent cause of that. But anyway, the word accident. It's one of those words that has two C's in a row, which is always pronounced as an X. Vaccination, accident, occidental, flaccid. Anyway, the reason I bring it up is sometimes we're subject to something called an accident. And the question is, did something random or did something happen without a cause? And I guess I bring it up because sometimes accidents seem to be the cause of people losing their spiritual enthusiasm or their spiritual optimism. Everything's going along, you're cooking, you got your momentum, you got the wind in your sails, you got the wind in your sails and you're flowing along. Everything's cool, your hair is being blown back. Finally, everything is working in your favor, and then there's a damn accident. Something unexpected happens that leads to an injury or damage that seemingly doesn't have an apparent cause. Well, you know that saying, there are no accidents. I've heard, I think I read somewhere it says, there are no accidents in God's universe. So are there really accidents? Well, there appear to be from our human sense. Wouldn't you say? I mean, the only reason we say that there are no accidents is because there damn well sure as heck seems to be accidents, right? And so I guess the question is, if we're to maintain our momentum and always be moving forward, that we use the unexpected or the seemingly random to be wind in our sails. In other words, the energy, the emotion that it releases inside of us when an accident happens, will we use the energy that is released? Because if something happens and it doesn't release a strong feeling inside of us, who cares? It makes no difference. It's incidental. It's sloughed off. It's not a big deal. But it's the seemingly random or unexpected thing that happens that steps on a time bomb of energy inside of us, and then we're suddenly living in that feeling. And the question is, will we use that to stop us as a wind blowing in our face, or will we use that strong energy to push us forward, to continue to remain optimistic, to remain determined, tenacious, persistent, relentless in our pursuit of what we know the highest good to be, and not judge life by its appearances, the appearance of an accident, but to understand everything is an unfolding good when it's seen in its proper perspective. And we should all probably face it, we don't have the 30,000 foot perspective on reality a good deal of the time. In other words, we don't see the big picture. We see a small contracted picture. But if we use accidents wisely and properly and see them in their proper context, they will always open and uplift and expand our awareness so that accidents aren't accidents at all. They are really movements. They are rapid accelerations forward. If we use them properly, they're slingshots of energy and life and vitality and healing that move us radically forward. And for that, I'm spiritually optimistic. All right, see you tomorrow.